and welcome back to the Business Spotlight. Today, we're talking with Dr. Terrell Myers. Works with Dallas Laser Dentistry and Mary Swift's office. Having them back on the show is always a fantastic experience. Dr. Terrell Myers has been a dentist for a number of years and tends to work with the who's who of Dallas. Thank you, Dr. Terrell.
Thank you for having me.
I really am excited about this segment because we're looking at who's your ideal client. We've got a what I call a social media expert, way beyond expert, top 1% in LinkedIn. Lucinda Rook is on the show today. Thank you so much, Lucinda, for being on the show as well.
Thanks for inviting me. Yeah.
We're going to talk about your ideal client, how you've tended to attract them, and then Lucinda, I know, has got some really good information on how to encourage the clients that you have to send more clones, or I mean, people like them. So,
well, my practice is health-based, somewhat nutritionally based. So my patients are usually very health-oriented. Most of them watch their weight. They floss every day, or they're supposed to, and they want a healthy mouth. And I think a lot of my patients are in the boomer category, and most of them are wanting to continue to look younger, stay healthy.
It's important to them, isn't it?
Important for their business. One of my patients and a good friend of mine, he came in and he owns an insurance company. And he says, I'm the oldest one there. And he's not really that old, but he said, I got to look as young as the guys that I'm working with. So he's having a lot of work done. And so I'm looking, you know, for patients would be the ideal is the ones that want to stay healthy, because if they're taking care of their body, they'll take better care of their teeth, and what I do lasts longer if they'll take care of it.
Absolutely. And one of the things that's kind of interesting is the correlation between dental health and actual physical health. There is a correlation there, isn't there?
Hip bone's connected to the leg bone. It's all connected. And yes, in fact, just a few years ago, the the orthopedic surgeons found out that a lot of their failures was because undiagnosed periodontal disease or gum disease. And so we have to pre-medicate some of these patients or get their gum condition under control before they do hip replacements. And it's definitely, there's a link to cardiovascular disease also. Wow. with gum disease.
That's awesome. Well, Lucinda, are some of the things that he can do to attract more people like the ones that he's got?
Oh, you're in a great situation. You've got all these accomplishments. You've always been a leader, ahead of the game, right? Well, did you know that you're in the top 1% on LinkedIn in cosmetic dentistry?
Well, no, I didn't.
I bet you didn't. Yes, you are. And the second thing is if you think about how LinkedIn operates, it's an easy way to collect referrals because, guess what, when they click on you or when they give you a recommendation, their picture with their smile that you just artistically put together for them is right there next to yours. So if you think about you out on LinkedIn, think about looking down the list and you'll see your patients there. So the opportunity you have is to go invite your patients that you've already collected their testimonials over on your real website, right? And in your office, invite them on LinkedIn and get them hooked up. And that would be like a whole photo gallery of successes.
Well, even with the whole recommendation thing, with them being able to write additional kind of updates, wouldn't that be a useful tip as well?
Oh yeah, you'd want to do that. Shoot, when they're leaving your office and they're still smiling so pretty because you've just reconstructed them, I just send them home with the instructions. Here's how you give me a recommendation on LinkedIn. Okay. And then when they do that, it's out there on their profile, so all of their network sees it. Wow. So it'd be a great way for you to leverage your work into their network and their cohorts see it. Okay. Because they're all into image. I mean, out of the 200 million out there on LinkedIn, The demographics is that right age you were talking about,
Yeah.
that baby boomer, got to get
Yeah.
the cosmetics going now, you know? And the demographics of the income, average income's over 6 digits. So that's kind of right down your alley
Yeah.
of what you're trying to attract. So it's ideal for you.
Cool.
Well, I know you also have some tips and techniques and things that you're going to give him afterwards, right?
Yes. Yes.
So,
I have
and
some
if people,
special ones.
All right,
well,
good.
and if people want to connect to you, I believe they've got it on the screen, or they will. Your information that will you share what you're giving to Dr. Terrell
Sure.
Myers?
I'll share the top 10 for businesses, but I have a special set for you.
Okay.
Good.
Very good. Very good. That's one of the
All right.
things that's really important is that, you know, in bringing a guest expert on, the show's about you. It's about my guest. It's about taking the time to really highlight and create some useful ways for my guest to tell her story. And so bringing a guest on is just trying to always add value, always increase the response of the marketplace to everything that we're doing here and everything my client is doing. I know as we go into this last segment, you're going to love this part because it really is how to connect to Dr. Myers, and you won't want to miss that. And then the things that they do that make the real difference in your life. So we'll be right back. This is Pat Dewar.